Hey guys, once again Costa here, just talking to you about this game. Titans, good win. Opening week, third straight win in Nashville. 3 years in a row. Absolutely a solid game all around. First of all, just to pinpoint a few negatives because that's a winning video. Secondary was a little sketchy. I mean, they gave up some big plays. I thought if Mariota was more accurate, he might have hit his targets, but he didn't, and luckily Mariota's not an elite quarterback. I think certain quarterbacks would have lit that secondary up, but they did not. The Raiders gave up a lot of yards, but did not break. That was the biggest thing in this game, and I'm thankful they obviously allowed less than 20 points. I mean, 3 field goals and a touch, we'll take that every time. Every time the Raiders defense does that. So solid effort by the defense to give up yards, but make the big stops when it mattered. Yeah, that's the only negative I got to say on the game. Maybe a little bit that they couldn't run the ball as well as I hoped. A little minor, but they did well when they needed to in the fourth. So credit where credit's due there. So yeah, defensively there's still issues, but yeah, once again, we're going to talk about the positives now. The big one, just making the big plays in crunch time. I mean, Bruce Irvin was responsible for, 3 points, but the Raiders' defense made a couple big tips and stops. There was the one by Carl Joseph in the end zone. I mean, yeah, I think that stop where the Titans were in the red zone and they got a field goal in the first half, that was huge. I thought the Titans had all the momentum there, and then they didn't score in the end zone. So when it was 10-10, I thought, okay, I'll take that. And then, yeah, it was a very fortunate, couple fortunate breaks, but we'll take it every time. Offensively, you know, it's amazing the offense didn't even play their best today. That's the amazing part. They can be better. Passing, I mean, Mari Cooper looked all right. There was that couple drops or a couple disappointing drives, but the biggest guy you got to give the game ball to, and it's the new guy, Giorgio Tavecchio. I mean, this is a guy who usually is there in training camp. Those of you who've watched the Raiders know he's been on the preseason team every year, and usually he gets cut like usual. It's one of those guys who's just there for the summer, which I can't imagine what it's like to have that kind of a job where you're just there for the summer and then you get cut and then you got to do something else. So now Tavecchio actually had to make the team because Janikowski is out, so got to give credit where it's due. He made all 4 kicks, both 2 52-yarders, including one in the third quarter with the game kind of on the line. I mean, anyone can make kicks in the preseason. We're kind of used to that, but playing in games that count to make the kicks, game ball goes to him just by going 4 for 4 because the Raiders do not win without Tavecchio being perfect. So credit given it where it's due. You know, Derek Carr mostly pretty solid. I really do like the calls by Downing to run the ball near the end. He put confidence in his team. There's a little bit of questions of maybe they should have used Lynch a little more this game, but we don't know what kind of plan they had. Maybe they were being careful. They don't want him to get injured and all that. I guess they're really trying to be careful. So if you're a fantasy owner and all that, I'd be careful how much they use him. It feels like it's going to be more running back by committee than a bell cow every down back. So they mixed it up, and I love that third down call to put his faith in his blockers, and then they get the first down when they're trying to run out the clock. That was brilliant, to be able to run the ball and not get cute with a throw. So I'm giving credit where credit's due to everybody. This was a team game, and it took a team effort to win this one the way they did. Sure, it wasn't a blowout, but I do expect the Titans to be right in the hunt for the postseason this year. So I think, you know, every game against an AFC team, maybe a wild card potential team, counts. And this is one of many. Maybe if the Raiders have the same record as the Titans at the end of the year, they're going to get the tiebreaker. So, yeah, solid win by the Raiders. No complaints at all with what we saw today. I liked what I saw for the most part, minus a few play calls and a couple bits of the secondary. But, you know, next week they got the Jets. There's still questions coming into that game. I know the Jets are supposed to be an easy win, but you can't take a game for granted. And the Raiders players are going to say that. You can't overlook the opponent. I hope they don't do that. You can only say so much. We'll find out on the field what they do. But once again, game ball to Tavecchio, and I got to give credit just to even just Corey James and Markel Lee. Both guys I thought were okay out there, given the circumstance. So let me know what you all thought about this game. I mean, solid. I'm happy. And because I don't have much to point out that's wrong, this actually was a solid win. I can say that. Solid team win. Go Raiders, and let me know what you all thought.